What's up, friends? How are ya? Peter is joining shortly. I can actually hear myself down in the office. It's like surround sound wife. I think he's really happy about this idea, actually. I'm gonna give him just a second to join. And I need like the world's biggest sip of this. All right, who do we have? We've got, I see Ali, I see Brian, I see, Brian, do I need to call you Beat Bardsley? I'm sorry. And give away all the secrets. Bubba Hotep, what's up? Adam Dorney, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. Peter's getting situated with his ear, but I can see him, but he hasn't joined the stream yet. Oh, I love you too. He's such a great husband. See, okay, Marco, I heard about this, but I'm sorry. If Archie wants to do a 3-hour live stream, like that's on him. Like I am not living my life around Archie Luxury.
Around who?
Archie Luxury. Archie has started doing 3
I've never heard of him.
You've he's not that big of a thing. You might not have heard him. So yeah, it was a little crazy earlier. I don't even know what happened. I tried to tune in some, but I still had to get stuff done. But
what did happen? What happened? What was it?
Archie.
Yeah, never heard of him.
That's just what happened. I am going to share the link. And if anybody wants to join, they can. I don't know. I need this. I don't remember how to paste. How do you paste? I hate these things.
What are you trying to do?
Paste the link to join it. Yes, I have actually. I'm trying to paste the link into the chat.
Yeah.
Elon, I need him to do the whole stream in an Irish accent right now because
I will tell you this funny story. It's probably not very funny when I tell it anyway. So I was practicing the difference between the Northern Irish and the Southern Irish accent in the car on my own.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I don't know how successful it was or not, but
how do you paste the link into the chat, Peter?
Oh my God!
You can do it because I can't paste anything. Like, who has a Mac?
Hit the.
Like, what are the
3 buttons? Stop talking. What are the 3 buttons next to the space bar? What are the 3 buttons?
Thank you, Money. The 3 buttons: Control, Option, Command.
All right, hit Control, and then tap in the comment box. Does it give you a copy or a paste?
It does. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
There we go. So anybody who wants to join. Thank goodness. Now, if you could just smile and say thank you for calling in. Can you please do that? So no, Peter has spent the afternoon editing my latest YouTube video. And it's like, it was a big one. What's up, Roar of the Tiger? Roar of the Tiger actually gave me that was somebody else. Somebody named Ron gave me a pretty decent. What's up, B. Bardsley?
What's going on?
Yeah. Some guy named Ron gave me, I guess, a decent compliment. He said, could I teach his wife how to be hot in her.
Hey, Adam, how's it going?
In her late 30s. Shut up, Peter. What's up, Adam?
Hey, how you going? Yeah, good.
Someone wants advice for their wife from you on how to be hot.
In their late 30s.
But you... Okay. It's fair.
I think I was thinking today that I think I'm going to get a sex change so I can get more subscribers on my channel. But Kelly, no, really, congratulations to all your success.
Thank you.
Hopefully, my whole mission is to get 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and you're certainly on track to do that. So.
I have no idea. See, you put out content and you actually talk about things.
It's tough.
And
it's so tough.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. But what's up, Ali? How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Thank you, Perth Luxury, for upvoting. And yeah.
So if
Arch
anybody's
got
wondering,
about halfway there.
if anybody's wondering what the Fab 3 behind me is, that's
Yes.
my okay, so Fab 3 is for Tim Wright, Marco, and JJ. They're the Fab 3, so that's definitely support for them. So
I feel like all this, maybe I should turn this into like the on her own time equivalent of
and you know what's kind of funny? That right above it, and this is kind of a funny story, if you look, that's a marquee from a 1980s arcade game, and that it's actually arch rivals, and I think that's very funny given the situation that's going on, and I find that kind of hilarious.
So Peter doesn't actually keep up with the streams and stuff. It's me, and then I try to give him a very condensed version, but I have ADD, so I flip around a lot because I'll start telling him about Archie, and then I'll be like, and then Marco said, and guess what? Marco's moving to Northern Ireland, and that derails completely. And then Peter throws in a Northern Irish accent, and I'm just like, I don't even remember where we started. But no, I don't honestly know what's going on. I think that Archie is upset.
I think, yeah. I mean, I definitely, look.
Well, you've got Marco who's doing big things with Nico. And it was amazing. So I was so excited yesterday. Nico did a live stream with Roman Shark and Watch Eric. And there was Marco. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's our boy.
Yeah, that's...
He did really well. He did really, really well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He's earned it. He's absolutely earned it.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of effort to do what he has done, passion or not. What is he, like 7 years old?
Stop it. Stop it.
He's a human encyclopedia. I always say he's a human encyclopedia.
He did such a good job. He did such a good job. And I was really actually, to be fair, right?
To be fair.
Roman, not to be fair, to be, I don't know how to say this, but Roman and Watch Eric respected the fact that Nico respected Marco, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't, they didn't behave any differently, right? They interacted with him like he was just he was slotted in like normal, like they had done it before. I don't know if there were any hidden rehearsals or anything, but I doubt it.
Maybe introductions, but I feel like those guys remember the moment that they got into watches and when they started building what they have now. And I think that if anybody's going to respect Marco getting into it, it's going to be them, so I thought it was awesome. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but it was fun. And I think Archie is upset to lose Marco because Marco is a hell of I guess I call him a producer because he runs the stream. So Archie's upset to lose Marco, and Tim is doing the big old thing. I don't know where JJ is. Is JJ okay? Like, I keep seeing
JJ
that.
he's had a couple streams. JJ's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people are struggling. It's a sore topic for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, we just got done. I don't know. I can't do it.
Hey,
What's
Marco.
up, buddy?
Hey,
What's going on, guys?
I was wondering if we kept talking about him, if he would make an appearance.
He would.
He does not make appearances on Tim's channel lately.
Yeah, I've just been busy with a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm planning to come back to streams more regularly, but yeah, it's just been a pretty hectic last few days. So yeah, how's everybody doing, guys? How's everyone doing?
Good.
Great.
not too bad.
What does this mean? Hold on. No, that's JJ. Never mind. I thought
Marco's been practicing his Irish accent because obviously you've got to be able to exist successfully without getting shanked when you go to Northern Ireland.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you saying I should just bring like G-Shocks and stuff like that, leave my Rolexes back in Montreal, or?
No, just take them and then just expect some sport.
Hey, can we do a quick wrist check? See what everybody's wearing. What are you wearing? What is that? The black on black? What is that?
It's a noted sub.
I can't see anything. My glasses are right there. Peter is wearing.
That's a poor man's no date sub. Yeah.
B. Bardsley, what's on the wrist?
Tuna, okay.
Can you figure out what it is?
That I have no idea.
Come on, Marco.
Is it Sinabel? Ebel.
Yeah.
Ebel?
Yeah.
Ebel.
okay.
Ebel. Gotcha. Sorry, it's a little hard with the glare of the camera, right? Because you have to come close to like actually.
I have to be very careful what I do and say because I do work for a company. So I'm sure you guys probably could figure it out what company I work for, but yeah, we'll leave it at that.
I'll figure it out. Adam, what's on the wrist? I don't know if y'all met Adam. Adam is Blue Moose Racing, and I met him through our Instagram lives.
That's awesome.
And he's fantastic. He's in Australia as well. So he's probably supposed to be working right now, but we're going to keep his secret safe.
You probably can hear Archie yelling right now.
It's overtime, don't worry. It's like I can do it a little bit later. It's all good. 300 M Seamaster Professional.
Yes.
Nice.
Very nice.
I got the no wave dial version because I prefer that one with the applied logo versus the wave, the new wave dial. I know that might be unpopular, but yeah.
It's fun. You like what you like. Ali, I want to see what's on the wrist, buddy.
I have the Reservoir on right now.
Nice.
The GT Tour.
Yeah.
I like that.
You have a Nautilus, don't you? You have a Nautilus?
No, I have a Royal Oak. Patek is the one of the Holy Trinity that I just can't get behind. I have a Vacheron coming in probably about 2 weeks.
Nice.
It's exciting.
And
I thought you had I don't know. I just thought you had a Nautilus for some reason.
no, I have the Royal Oak and the Vacheron's coming, and then I'm going to replace the Royal Oak at the end of the year, or probably Halloween at this point. But no Patek on my radar right now.
No.
Any good news on JJ LeCoux?
Well, other than you pulled up the wrong one on the stream yesterday, and then Eric shit all over it, right? So Nico brought that up on the stream, right? He had asked Roman apparently, or Alex, right, to get it, and they didn't. So I was
that wasn't me. I didn't type that.
He has not. JJ LeCouch. He has not called me. He said he's got it. He has not called me to complete the transaction. I'm giving them time because he, if you watch his Instagram, he's all over the place. So I'll reach out to them next week. But he did say he got it, and I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but I do think it's funny that you may remember, Marco, because it was the first stream you were on with Watch Eric, where I asked, like, why doesn't anybody answer me when I ask for this watch? And they said, well, who have you asked? I'm like, you, Nico, you, Watch Eric. I've asked Roman. I've asked like 3 Chrono 24 buyers. I've asked CRM. I asked a ton of people, and 0 people even responded. Right? So
the Polaris Chrono, right? The Polaris Chrono?
The Polaris Mariner.
Okay. But the blue dial version, right?
Yes, the Polaris Mariner dates, not the Memovox, the blue dial. You pulled up the just the Polaris blue dial. And then Eric talked about security, right? Being mugged. But I'm like, I was going to type out, like, no, pull up the right one so Roman can actually confirm on air if they had them in stock or not, or if he was joking. But, like, nobody answered me.
Ooh.
How long have you had the Reservoir for? Because that watch, I'm a big sucker for red secondands. I don't know why. I just gravitate towards those.
Oh, no. It's not a secondhand, right? So what it is that it has...
Oh, it's a single one, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, so it has 0 to 6. It's styled after a car dial. All their watches are styled after dials, right? So 0 to 6, each one is 10 minutes. What looks like the date window is actually the hour window. On the bottom is the reserve, which looks like a fuel gauge, right? And it looks really similar to late 60s Mustang, which all Mustangs were late 60s because the 65. It looks really similar to that, and they have a dive watch series that is really swift looking. They've got aeronautic inspired ones. They're heavily modified ETA movements. They're French brand. I picked
What's
this up.
the name of that brand again?
Reservoir. Actually, can you pull up a screen and share something, Kelly, if I put it link in the private chat?
Peter can. He has a job.
I could bring it up for you here. So I could show up that Polaris Mariner date to start with. If you want to
Peter, can you scroll down? Can you share Marco's screen? I can't figure out this stupid computer.
So at the bottom, if there you go, you got it.
There you go. Peter's got it. He's got the good laptop.
Yeah, that's the Mariner date. That's the one Nico has got for me.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that will be my blue dial.
Fade of the dial.
Yeah, it's for me. The non-uniform blue dial for a dive watch is a nice design cue.
Yeah,
and it's a proper ISO certified design watch, dive watch. So I went with a blue dial for the JLC. I went with a white dial or the silver dial for the Vacheron, which a lot of people are criticizing me for, but I actually like that combination better.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could play that reel, or it's already playing, the music's just not playing. That's it resetting from 11 to noon.
Wow, that's fast. That is quick.
And it's got a nice tactile sound and feel to it when it happens.
Yeah.
So I love that watch. I love the inspiration behind the watch.
Mm.
I like that a lot.
Thank you, Peter.
That is really cool.
Now, Peter, actually, I need to. So it's Vagar. I did tag you on Instagram, so I got the right person. I need to follow you so I can send you a bunch of images of me and my nephew, because the whole Breitling creepy uncle thing. I took pictures of me pickling him with everything but a Breitling. So I'm gonna
cut the
post
feed.
those.
Cut the feed. Someone cut the feed.
Uncle Touchy's here.
It's gone south. Fuck.
Oh my god.
So back to
that's
Archie.
fantastic.
No.
Oh.
Wait. Before we go back to Archie, what's more?
No, let's not even go near Archie. Marco,
Wrist check.
what do you have to tell us? Yeah, we want to see what's on the wrist. Well, we already saw what was on the wrist, right?
Yeah, I got the Note 8 sub on the Note 8
Yeah.
sub. I got a
Okay.
backlight. So this way
Love that.
you should be able to see it better. There you go.
How was your
Supporting
interview?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought I crushed the interview, and it went really well. And yeah, I mean, he said he's gonna submit an offer in the next coming days. So I'm looking forward, man. It's pretty excited.
Somebody on one of the Reddit channels actually had posted. I have to send this to you, Mark, on WhatsApp, but they had posted a list of videos that Nico had appeared in that he mentioned that he was extending you an offer, because he jumps on other people's channels all the time. So whatever Marco did went well. Congratulations.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
We'll see how
Reddit
soon we lose
famous.
him to Pride and Pinion, as Pride and Pinion's Tim Masso or whatever.
Well, first of all, I do think you are going to be the equivalent of Tim Masso, but at Pride and Pinion. But I think that one of the things that I appreciate about Marco is the fact that you really still love connecting with people.
Of course.
And I don't think that you would ever.
See, here's the thing, right? Watches at the end of the day, let's be honest, right? If we boil them down, they're just objects, right? They're objects, right? To me, what's so fulfilling about watches is, one, the stories that we make with them, but two, it's also the sense of community. And I know the community is the new buzzword, but I'm being genuine here when I say it's the kind of sense of community, right? To share your passion with other people who share maybe they don't have the same taste as you, maybe they have, differing opinions from you, but I really enjoy being able to learn and feed off of other collectors, because, I mean, again, it's a very isolated hobby mostly, right? I don't know many people in Montreal that like watches, and I'm sure it's probably the same for most of you, right? So to be able to kind of come on an online forum and discuss with people, our passion, I think it's really nice.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead, Kelly. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I absolutely think that's correct, because we go out into the world with these watches on our wrist that we're proud about, that we're excited about, and all you want is to talk to people about it, and not even in a weird way. And it's very rare to actually find people out in the wild who will talk watch.
Mm-hmm.
So having the people that I've met on Instagram and now YouTube has been phenomenal. Poor Peter, all he got to hear was about my watches. And yeah, I can't hear it.
I was muted.
Yeah, thank you. You were.
I'm just mumbling away. Genuinely, no one in the real world gives a fuck. Let's be honest.
I still go back to this moment. We were at the grocery store. We were in the wine section, and man standing there, and Peter's nudging me, and he's like, he's got a Submariner on. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And we could see it look like a Submariner, and Peter walks up to him. Peter doesn't engage. So I'm from North Carolina. I'm from the South. I engage with a brick wall if I stand there long enough. Peter doesn't engage. And he walked up to the guy, "What's up, JJ?" And actually said to him, "Hey, man, I like your Submariner." And the man looked at him and he looked at his wrist and he's like, "It's a Rolex."
Conversation over. Yeah. That was it.
Can I be honest? That's a big downfall of being a Rolex owner, right? It's a big reason why, I flirted with the idea of selling the sub. And I'm going to be transparent because nobody's watching, right? At some point in the future, I'll probably just go down to one Rolex. Because, listen, I like their watches, but, man, their collectors cheese me off. You know what I mean? It's really, not all, but, a lot of them, right? Yeah.
I mean, some of them really do. That's just all that they think about.
But there's a lot of great Rolex collectors at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's true.
Wes, who's in the chat, But for now, I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Marco. Is that a Simpsons Archie behind you on the wall?
Yeah, it is.
That's the same question. Absolutely the same question.
We made like merch. I even have a T-shirt. You want to see this?
Remember the mug I got, Peter?
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
I have a mug. So he has things that he can wear out of the house.
That guy actually on the T-shirt looks pretty healthy, so I'm not.
Right. It was actually a viewer who sent it to me, so I said, okay, why not? I might as well put it up, right? If he's going to send me a gift, it wasn't cheap either. Tim was selling them for profit, socialist living in America, but he sure is capitalist. So I said, listen, the guy was nice enough to send it to me. Shout out to my guy, Toyota Mo. And I said, I might as well hang it up and show my appreciation,
There you go.
Where is he? Where's Tim Wright from originally?
Brooklyn.
But no, isn't he from like the Ukraine? He's not American by birth, is he?
Yeah, he's born in the Ukraine. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Good.
So Peter has spent the last 2 days editing a reaction video of my interview with Archie. So I think at this point he's just tired of the man's voice. And I honestly kind of am too. I was worried. I was working while he still started. All I could hear in the background was the same things over and over and over and over.
Price point. We can edit the fucking thing out. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I don't.
Sweetie.
At this point, I think.
Sweetie. Fuck.
On a good day, I hate
over
that word.
And over. I guess 34 minutes that translated into 48 hours of my life.
I had to listen to it twice and react to it. And come on.
Archie's good with a couple of people. He's not the interviewer. You know what I mean? He's not the best interviewer in the world. God bless him, But
I can be honest with you. Seriously, guys, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I do think I got off very easy. But it was fun, and I think I'd do it again, knowing full well who I'm talking to.
Well, you did have to sit through like the escort story and like those particular details.
Oh gosh.
There's some things that I edited out that I wouldn't even show on the reaction video. Why would you say that to a human being? Oh my god.
Oh, it was fun though. Yeah. It was fun, but yeah. So I think he's kind of a little done with it. So I was at the live stream. I had Archie's live stream earlier going, and you could just see him like he doesn't want to hear it anymore. I had to turn it off.
It's a disaster, guys. The stream.
Yeah. Disaster. It's a disaster.
It's a legitimate 3 hours. Just listen. Archie is tolerable for an hour, maybe 2 hours with the crew. You know what I mean? He's missing the crew, guys.
I know.
It's not the same,
Has everyone abandoned him? Is that what's going on? Has he been abandoned?
For now, let's take a break and we'll see how the tea leaves shake out.
Yeah.
You're so diplomatic. I love that.
I think like I've been saying, and this is just my perspective, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, Marco. I think from what I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, watching you guys on the stream, it would be like, all right, let's talk watches. And then it was a lot of drama. And I could see frustration or just you guys getting really just disinterested in what was going on. And I've noticed some other things on streams like, wow, we're finally talking watches. So I don't know if you guys just got burnt out but I think a break is probably good for for everybody. You know, one thing I do want to note that I didn't really like and I didn't really find was cool was, you know, Arch really laying into Tim and telling him to F off and he's a parasite and this and that.
Mhm.
And it's like, look, you know, you guys all helped each other out as the community, you know, and it's just not right. It's not the right way to do business or go about things or even, you know, friendships. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of ranting.
Right.
I get it.
It's okay. You're allowed to have an opinion, right? I think what I'll say is this. I mean, Archie's not here to defend himself, so
Sure, of course.
Right, I don't really want.
This 3-hour live stream is still going, so we have a little while.
Yeah. Right. But listen, I'm with you. I'm mostly with you. It's not personally what I would do, but you can tell another man how to run his business. You know, that's
true.
My opinion on it.
So Kelly.
Yes.
Can I get the panel's opinion on the Vacheron that the AD called? All right. So, Marco, it's the 7900, the dual time.
Peter, you want to pull that up real quick?
Marco's already beaten me to it. I can see him.
Yeah.
I can see him working his magic right now.
I got it.
See?
This is a steel stunner.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That makes you feel some type of way.
So it's not a 56,
like
Marco.
that.
Is that
No,
what that
listen,
does?
I like the dual time also. Geneva seal case and movement still. Nice dual time complication. I think the crown actually, does the crown move the date? I think so, right? Or the GMT out?
Honestly, this wasn't the one I ordered. They just called me and told me this was the one that was coming in. And I'm like, I will take it.
Steel, right?
Really?
That's not gold, right? Steel.
Yeah, it's steel. It's steel.
Which one did you order? The 3-hander or the Chrono?
The 40. I ordered the 4500.
Okay.
The 300, right? So I'm not, the date window on the Chrono, for whatever reason, agitates the hell out of me.
I'm with you. I prefer the big date, the 12 o'clock big date on the Gen 2.
The Gen 2. Yeah, the Gen 2.
Yeah. Yeah, the same. I think actually out of all the Vacherons that I've seen, that's probably the one I gravitate towards the most, personally. Really like that steel on steel look.
That's just classic. Like it's a
I like
very
the
classic
AM/PM.
look.
I think that's cool. The AM/PM is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that.
Mm.
This is timeless luxury to me. You know what I mean? This will never get old. They really got a solid design now. They got like a Nautilus Royal Oak level design. I think they can just run the gravy train for the next 30 or so years and just make incremental improvements.
I think it's interesting enough. It's got enough happening on the dial without being too busy.
Right. There's good balance. There's good balance.
Yeah.
Is it a fully closed case or does it have an exhibition back?
No, it has exhibition back.
Do you have a picture of can you find a picture of the back of it? I'm just curious to see.
Let's see the SN, Marco.
There we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is really nice. And again, Geneva seal case and movement. I mean, Vacheron really knocked it out of the park with this watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
All the overseas, all the modern overseas, they really knocked it out of the park.
Good. I get at least approval from Marco on this one.
Oh, listen, Vacheron, my favorite brand. I think most people know this, right? Vacheron, my favorite brand. Like I like it because it's the most overlooked of everybody else, but they're starting to become popular. So I'm like, no, go back to Paddock and AP. Leave VC alone.
That's nice.
Yeah. I normally like blue dial. Like I'll gravitate towards a blue dial in those sorts of things, but I actually prefer that steel white in that.
I have my rules, right? So I had to choose one blue dial, and the Vacheron blue dial is gorgeous, but it's that FP Journe. Like I don't know if FP Journe actually makes it for them, but it's made in the same place, is my understanding. Marco would know better than me actually on that. It was I just liked JLC two-tone blue dial.
Yeah, that is a really gorgeous blue on the JLC.
That Fume fade is really nice, really nice.
So what I wanted to do today, and talking about B. Bardsley's comment about watches, and talking about watches, is somebody brought up last weekend about like politicians' watches, and I thought it would be fun to talk about some iconic, not just current day politicians' watches, but some iconic ones. So I wanted to talk about them today, if y'all are up for it.
Yeah, sure.
Like just blind react kind of thing. And I'm going to get Peter, if you want to share your screen.
I'm watching Archie stream right now. I'm sorry.
No, I hate you so hard.
Did Tim do something like this not too long ago? Or maybe JJ did? Didn't you guys do something like this, Marco? Politician watches?
Geez, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, how many streams ago, right?
I know. That was episode 127.
Marco probably doesn't know what day it is right now.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of these streams, right? Yeah. I still got to make my schedule for school. It's starting in September, guys. It's kind of a disaster. Yeah, I got to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow probably. Actually, not tomorrow. I'm meeting a video editor because I've got a really great video editor now who's making an Air King video with me. It's going to be really nice. Cool, I'm looking forward to that drop. Should come out this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to talk about like modern day politicians because I moderate the yes.
You don't want to get canceled, Kelly. Come on,
my God. Well, I'm just tired of hearing people argue about it.
You're not trying to get canceled.
No. So I moderate the Omega Seamaster community on Facebook, and it comes up constantly.
Yeah.
Like who wears what watch in the last 8 years of presidency in the United States of America. And with it comes feelings, and it's watches people. We don't need to have feelings. Like, it's fine. You know what? We're going to move on. So I specifically avoided 2 names, but I found some really cool ones. So Peter, are you going to be able to share your screen?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do my original, but I want to show the first one. And this is actually Winston Churchill's Breguet pocket watch, and it's a Brigade Reference 765. And if you can pull this up and show this bad boy, I would wear a pocket watch.
Like, hang on a second. You just threw this at me like, hey, by the way, Winston Churchill's watch, let's get that on stream right now.
I can do this for you. I don't mind.
Look at you, Marco. You're so sweet.
Believe it or not, every now and then I have people that come into my store and still ask for pocket watches. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's still a thing. Yeah.
Let me just let me clock this link. And
believe it or not, pocket watches, and I think I may have this correct, is what they actually started putting straps on first to put it onto their wrist. Yeah.
That is what I've heard. So it's a Brigade Reference 765. And it was originally commissioned in 1890. So the one that Churchill carried was commissioned by the 7th Duke of Marlborough, and it got passed down through his ancestors. So his ancestor was the 7th Duke of Marlborough, and so his current great grandson has it. It's incredible. So it's a yellow gold minute repeater. It's got a split second chronograph and a white enamel dial. And I was looking at this. It was the first thing that popped up when I started doing my search for historical political figures, and it was just I would wear a vest solely for that reason.
Yeah.
Just to have
a high-end historical
just call Eric, get yourself a Cuban link, and then Flava it, you know what I mean? Just rock a Breguet pocket watch on the
Exactly.
I'll be right back. Bathroom break. I'll be right back.
That sounds good.
So AP says here, look at this. Winston Churchill supposedly still has unpaid invoices to a very famous watch brand and an esteemed clothier on Savile Row. It's been recently revealed the latter is Henry Poole.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could find out, though, so I don't know if his unpaid invoice towards a famous watch brand had to do with this, because from what I read, it's only been serviced once since it was commissioned, which seems very fascinating considering it was commissioned over a long time ago, 120 years ago, 130 years ago. Yeah.
Right. That is beautiful.
Yes. But I can't help the fact that Archie decided 3 days ago that he was going to do a 3-hour live stream. I can't. Like,
I would also
just
like
not
to
him.
point out that that one person doesn't own the rights to stream.
It's probably just because everybody here has been on his stream, so it looks like a rebel, and that's fine. But he can come at me from a distance.
So
So
nice.
yeah. So
I wish
love
Vortic would do
this.
something like that on one of their. Have you seen Vortic before?
Mm-mm.
They
Vortex.
Vortic, right? Am I getting that right? VORTIC. Vortic watches.
Are they the guys in Canada that are? No, hang on. I think I'm thinking of someone else.
But they look very similar. I can see, like, just with it's a very clean, classic, elegant design. I can see that. That would look really great.
Yeah, all their watches, or a lot of their watches, are their pocket watches that they turn into wristwatches, and they take commissions.
Really?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I'm not saying.
No.
Right.
just-
It's actually
the
not
brain
great
comes to
to
mind.
turn pocket watches into wristwatches.
Were they the guys that got into a bit of trouble with Hamilton a while ago?
Vortic?
Yeah.
They got
I
in
thought-
trouble with somebody. You're right about that. I do not remember who.
Yeah.
It looks like it was probably Hamilton because there's a Vortic watch with a Hamilton stamp on the dial.
So that was this was my first choice for a political watch. I thought it was fantastic. And then I started jumping around to, again, people in the past. If you will look up a Luminor Marina PAM 48.
I'm going to share that for the time being. Hang on.
Okay.
That's that Vortic.
Yes. Oh, that is cool. Oh,
That's a nice watch.
Well, that's a.
Look at those shitty welds. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
That's bad.
So wait a second. That appeared on the market in 2017 with the welds like that? I would assume that would be a little bit older.
Yeah, well, it's because it's very hard to finish. Like once you weld lugs onto a case, right? Because you have to basically, like, you have to use what's it called, like a file, and file it by hand, take it off.
Yeah.
Right? There's very few brands who actually have the watchmakers with the capabilities to do that.
All right.
All right. So the next one is a Luminor Marina PAM 48. And just to kind of give some information about it, it's 40 millimeter case, which I thought was interesting. Sapphire crystal, 48-hour power reserve. It's Panerai. It's got that. I don't like the crown guard of this. Like, I don't like this design crown guard because it just adds too much width. But this actually is the preferred watch of Benjamin Netanyahu. And I get really excited when I see Panerai out in the wild, especially on, and actually Bill Clinton is a fan of Panerai and interns. So I don't know about old Ben over there if he likes interns just as much, but that's actually his preferred watch. And there are a lot of pictures of him in it. So because of that, it was, while I was going through this, I switched watches a few times today, but I settled on the PAM 388 because it's just such a fun watch. And I have decided that I'm not going to sell it. So to anybody who has asked me if I'm going to sell it and I got their hopes up, I'm sorry, but I'm a woman, I'm fickle, bear with it.
I'm just thinking, if Clinton wore his watch on his left or right, but whether is that an automatic? Because if it was an automatic, he could wind it like this, right? Could he wind it like that? Would that not wind the watch?
I don't. It depends. Okay, no, I'm not having this conversation right now, at all. At all.
That's a fair question. That is a fair question.
Yeah, very fair question. Bill Clinton's favorite accessory is a saxophone.
The question, Peter, is did he overwind his watch?
I'm guessing so. I'm guessing so.
All right. Now I know that he is in like.
I thought he enjoyed flute players the most, right?
No, he likes cigars too.
Okay.
Oh, this is fantastic. So to answer Peter's question, it just depends on how excited that intern was about her job at that moment, whether or not that did anything worthwhile.
Right.
All right.
You know what I'd heard when she finished her internship, the only thing that she really reported is that the job sucked.
Oh.
That's a blowjob joke if anyone missed it.
Yeah, AP says, Kelly, you must have known this topic of conversation would get sidetracked. I know this topic of conversation would go downhill super fast on the Instagram lives, but I'm still trying to figure out how offensive I can be with the YouTube fam. So I'm very impressed right now, and I'm very excited that this derailed like it did. So I'm very proud of you all. This made me very happy, actually.
You're not monetized, so you don't have to.
Right,
No,
you're good.
I'm
Hey,
good.
listen,
You're
Google
good right
AdSense,
now.
unless they're bringing in like thousands of views per video, you're not making anything. Let me tell you guys, dude. You know how much I made on Google AdSense? If I made like $2.13, I'm lucky. You know.
That's
not a joke, guys. That's not a joke.
I don't know. Like, I get worried about that whole like language barrier with monetization because I have the mouth of a sailor. So we'll see.
Are we allowed to submit requests on who we think has the best like kind of politicians watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have an opinion on this.
I think most people know this, right? Obama wore a Rolex Cellini.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of that Cellini. I think it's just perfect. Like it's simple,
nice looking,
very classic.
I mean, it's a beautiful watch. So Peter's dad actually had a Cellini, and now it's in our possession. And wow. I mean, there's just a level of class. And you know, one day I'll do a stream, like a story about it, because it's a really great story of, you know, think about when you first were able to acquire, I wouldn't say a Grail watch so much, but you knew that there was this watch that signified
you can't explain
that you'd arrived in life. Right. Exactly. And so this is that story. So when I saw that Obama wore one, I'm like, I hope there was a moment when he got that watch that he could actually say, this is to signify this moment in my life, or that it was a very special situation for him. So it's an incredible watch.
What's the price on something like that?
It's a good question. Let's pull it up.
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Is that steel or gold? Is it gold or steel?
It's gold, yeah.
Gold.
I've always been gravitated. I just have a thing for three-hand, like no-date dials and stuff. It's just, I love the cleanliness and how, symmetrical they are.
So congratulations to GS Superman, by the way. Just special order a Moonface Cellini today.
Nice.
Well, that is
exciting.
Nice. That's a hell of a watch.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, this is not bad. It's box and papers. No box, but original papers. That'll do it. For 11,000, I think that's pretty good good price. But this one's a bit different. It's got the numerals at 12.3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same kind of idea, you know. But anyways.
That's a really great watch.
I'm gonna bring up my dad's real quick. I gotta bring my dad's up. He's gotta get a.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's pretty.
And he was not a big fan of big watches, so this is relatively small case size, but beautiful watch.
Right.
What case size?
It's like a 34, I think. It's
what?
Small.
I wouldn't be surprised if that size comes back very soon. Not for somebody like Ollie. Ollie's wrists are just too big for something like that. It'll look like a Tim's Hello Kitty watch on his wrist. But
yeah.
But I would honestly, I wouldn't be surprised that those size start to come back. Yeah.
Real quick, just to derail Sean, Jackie O wore a Cartier tank, so did JFK. He actually didn't wear a Cartier tank. He wore an Omega, but it was from a distance, it looked like a Cartier tank, and it would get confused for it quite a bit.
It's funny.
I did a lot. I was not working today, just so that y'all know. I learned a lot of stuff about watches.
It's funny that you just said JFK. Or, I was going to ask, I was going to say, what did JFK wear?
Yeah. Well, so it's documented that he wore this Omega that looks like a Cartier, but what I want to find, well, that's Jackie's. But if you look up JFK Omega, then it looks from a distance, it looks like a Cartier tank. Yep. But what I want to see, and I didn't have a ton of time to really deep dive into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh, that's awesome.
And that was from a friend of his. I think I don't even think he'd officially won the presidency yet when his friend gave it to him, which was awesome. But Marilyn Monroe was rumored to have given him an all gold day date. And it's a rumor. And she had it engraved supposedly. And I want to find proof of it, but I haven't.
Oh, look at this!
I haven't. There it is.
There it is.
It took Marco like exactly 2 seconds.
Look, Marco, see? Okay.
Come on. Okay.
Yep. So that is the one I would love to see in person. So supposedly she gave that to him. Obviously,
so was that before or after it was called a president bracelet?
No, I think that
before.
In the comments, Lyndon B. Johnson may have been the one that actually got it to be coined as the president.
Yep.
And it's a very popular Rolex option.
I'm not much of a U.S. history buff, but I'm pretty sure Lyndon B. Johnson took over for JFK, right? Or was right after, or a few presidents.
Marco, I was just born here. I have no idea. But yeah, that was really cool. I'd love to see that in person, but I'm pretty sure it's in somebody's like private collection or something.
I mean, hey, listen, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I had a great time. There were so many different, like Che Guevara. Like I don't know how to say his first name, but it's CHE, Che Guevara. He wore 2 watches on one wrist, and he said. And reading the article about it, he spoke in like the royal we wear 2 watches because he basically said you can't put all of your faith into one when you're planning battles and stuff. So if one fails, you have another one.
Oh yeah.
Who wore 2? Yeah. Who is this?
Che Guevara.
Che Guevara?
Yes.
That guy?
Yes. Did you just want to correct me? Is that what you wanted to do?
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. No, you're not. So that guy, he wore 2 watches on one wrist, not even just the double wristing. It was like side by side. And, you know, can you imagine? Let's just pause for a second when we see people wear diamond bracelets or precious metal bracelets against a precious metal watch and everybody kind of cringes. And here's homeboy over here going like, I'm going to stack my Rolexes. So none given. But no, that was cool. But I think the collection that I want to see is Vladimir Putin's collection. Like that man has some watches, and it was talking about his
guy in the world. Let's be honest.
He is.
He owns the country of Russia, guys. Like, let's just call it a spade here. You know.
He gets paid $115, like in dollars, $115,000 a year. And he's got a collection. Okay. At the time that I read this, it was like at the beginning of 2017, it was worth almost $1 million. But he had this perpetual calendar, the 5208P, that ended up going out on auction later in the year. But he's got Breguet. He's got a couple of different.
This is the one I think about when I think.
Blancpain.
This is the most impressive one. It's a split second Rattrapon Tourbillon from London.
Yes, that ALS.
Oh, wow.
Insane.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, this is the one I think that's most associated with him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which makes sense. Russian oligarch, of course, got to have the best of the best complication-wise, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. A lot of people have got that watch, right? A lot of people have got that watch.
It's mass produced. It's fine. That's next on Ali's list.
Yeah, no.
He's getting it next time.
No, let's. Yeah, no. Not unless Timex starts making a model.
Oh man. be really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's that one I was excited about. I was excited about the perpetual calendar, but that's a beautiful watch.
Look at
and
that.
that's just like if I were to the country, I'd buy that.
That's
That's
nice.
fun. Yeah.
But
So
I'm
that
surprised.
he ended up.
I think this is 36, right? 36
Yeah,
millimeters.
that's small.
And he's got a chronometer blue also that I know.
Even
And
so,
yeah,
look at that last picture on the 36, right? If that's a 36, that dude's got some man-sized wrists right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it looks pretty small on him.
Well, he wrestled a bear for it. So
Yeah.
He did
Yes.
wrestle a bear. He did wrestle a
Yes.
bear for it. That's fair.
So I started going down a rabbit hole about Putin's watches, and I can't figure out if this was the wording of the article, if it's true, but it sounded like they said that he gave out replica Blancpains to people. Like he gave one to a 10-year-old, and then he like randomly threw one in some wet cement. And I can't figure out if they genuinely meant it was a replica or if it
He really
was
threw 'em
a
out.
Blancpain, but just like the one he owned. I think I'd be pissed if somebody threw a $10,000 watch into some wet cement.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I think those were my favorite. I was going to do one for you, Marco. My original plan was to present the watch and then ask people to like figure out whose it was. And I had Justin Trudeau as one of the choices.
Oh, yeah. He's got that IWC regulator, right?
I have no idea. He was going to be the answer that he was going to be the wrong answer because Jeremy Corbin wears a Timex Expedition. And I was like, okay, who can I multiple choice? I'm like, Justin Trudeau.
Who the hell is Jeremy Corbin?
Really?
When he
Where are
was.
you even from?
That's nice.
I actually came very close to buying this. And
Really?
he wore this, and I was maybe not.
What is his expression there? Is this his first meeting with Bill Clinton?
Oh,
Something
that's
that is.
good. Okay, that's good. But yeah,
What's the size of that?
I think it's 40.
40. Because it looks
So in
big
stark
on- it looks
comparison
big on
to
his
Putin's
wrist.
wrists,
It
Trudeau
looks
does not
big on
have
his
that.
wrist.
He probably paid full price for that IWC.
It's got a really nice.
Even he couldn't get a discount.
It's almost like a pocket watch style movement. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I mean, this is just the rose gold version, but it does the same thing. Very reminiscent of a pocket watch. It's got that ratchet paw kind of winding system. Very nice. But yeah,
I mean, I like IWC. I really do. But so Jeremy Corbyn was a leader of the Labour Party in England, and I don't really understand any of that, but he wore a Timex Expedition Trial Series, which is like the Timex equivalent of some kind of like G-Shock. Can you stop? Did you come to get a beer or to like pick on me? Both. Okay. Anybody want to like let Peter be their roommate? I could be married to him from a distance, like a very far distance. A long distance marriage would sound really good. But yeah, so he wore well, something kind of like that. It was like he just loved his $40 watches. Did you read? But that was all I figured out. So does anybody else have a politician that you've seen their collection that you love or hate? Hate is even better.
So I got a question, and maybe we could figure this out. Who was the first U.S. president to wear a wristwatch, and what was it?
Huh.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's actually a good question. I don't even know that answer.
Can we figure it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Google. We got Marco.
We have Marco.
Come on, Google.
I'll take a stab. I'll say FDR.
You think so? Yeah.
Okay.
Because you got to think of when did wristwatches
Yes.
come in
Yeah.
and transition from a pocket watch. Yep.
So the gentleman'sjournal.com says, although he spent much of his time in office wearing various
That was a
pocket
Movado.
watches, FDR was the first president to adopt a wristwatch. And it was a 14-karat gold Movado triple calendar and was made in 1944. Awesome job, Adam.
I did it in high school here. I did 20th century American politics. So that was a guess, but I thought
nice.
Yeah.
So this is
Very
kind of
nice.
embarrassing. I should know this if you catch my drift.
Oh, I get
should
it now.
know this if you catch my drift.
Now you know.
Yeah.
And now I need to know on a weekly basis how many times that comes up in any kind of pitch.
Yeah. It'll be there a lot.
1944. So he probably didn't wear it for very long because he passed away not too long after that. Is that right?
Well, it was made in
Yeah, he was really
1944, and
That's a bad omen.
he
34,
died.
30, what did it say? 34.
Oh wait, I think they have all the. Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is Harry Truman.
That's
this was
cool.
a what?
That's cool.
Galley flying officer. Interesting. It's almost giving me like you ever seen those vintage Tissot's? Like there's that Tissot chronograph. I'll bring it up later. But
It looks like the Timex we just looked at.
Yeah, Marco, that's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as you mentioned that, that's exactly what I was thinking. Those old, the one with the telemeter.
exactly. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
This is Eisenhower with a Datejust two-tone. It looks like. Actually, it would be gold. I think it would actually be solid gold, probably.
So he had a bracelet
Yeah,
and he put
gold
it on a leather
Datejust.
band.
It's got a bracelet. Yeah.
I like it with a bracelet much better.
Yeah. Same.
Interesting. Then there was JFK.
Then
Ultra
there's
thin
his
arm.
Omega.
That doesn't do
And
much
the-
for me.
I would rather have
I like Marilyn's
uh,
Rolex better.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I like
here's
that.
a baller.
Oh,
That's
that's
nice.
nice. That bracelet's great. That's a gold bracelet.
Ooh,
That's a
and
gold
it's a
watch I could get
Tiffany.
behind, Peter.
Oh, it's a bespoke gold Tiffany bracelet. That's when you know you're balling.
Wow.
It's like,
Yeah.
That's the
That's
sign
a
of
negative.
people. This is the worst one. I don't understand this.
Clinton had an iron in.
This is the worst one. I don't
It's
know.
not just an Iron Man. That's the fucking Indie Glow.
Yeah. This little light of mine will shine.
This is another one. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
Timex.
We all know these guys are successful and like are worth multi-million. Like Nancy Pelosi's net worth is like 250 million or something. Like you guys aren't fooling anybody. When you make the office of the president, you guys are uber rich and you're wearing a Timex. Like, go fool
But
somebody.
do you think it's different though? People knowing behind the scenes that they have that kind of money and then blatantly wearing something that would cost somebody's, like the cost of somebody's car or a year's worth of their rent. I think that they're going to pause and say, I'm not going to be that blatant about something that I put on my wrist that I may have several of that is the equivalent of somebody's livelihood. I'd do it, but I'd be a terrible politician. So
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Here's my opinion. It's like a doctor wearing like a shitty watch. Like, come on, we all know you're making money.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't get why you feel the need to hide the fact that you have. Like, we all come on, we all know. You know what I mean? It's a profession that just makes a lot of money. It is what. There's no two ways about it, right? I mean, you worked hard, you went through school, and you paid your dues. Why not enjoy the fruits of your labor? That's my kind of thing. I don't get that.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think if you're in my local Red Bar group, one of the guys in there, he's an anesthesiologist, and he talks about this. Like, he'll wear his watches to work, and he has buddies who are surgeons, and they'll sometimes wear their watches. And a good portion of the time, if a patient is an enthusiast and they recognize it in the sense of respect. Like, hey, I feel good about the fact that you're choosing to wear that in a working situation. You're not babying it. You're living your life with it. Everybody, even politicians, for be it luck of birth because of their genetics and their last name, they all ended up in a place of power through hard work. And I think that that's great. Do you? And if you have earned that kind of paycheck, I'm fine with it.
I don't know if you hear what goes on in the Senate and the House. I don't know about how much work they're actually doing.
Yeah, I was gonna call bullshit on that.
Use
Sorry,
that
Kelly.
term loosely.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I think the term you're looking for is we all know they got skeletons in their closet, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. My mom told me one time, she's like, Kelly, you should go into politics. I'm like, no, because that means that somebody's going to find out some stuff, and I'm good.
Yeah, it's like when you hear all these like high-powered sales guys, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to wear like a Rolex because it's going to make me look." And I'm like, you probably make $500,000 a year. I don't want to be sitting in meetings with a Rolex on. I'm like, you make that kind of money, believe me.
Seriously, everybody knows. Everybody knows, and I don't really. I mean, it's not even just the watch. It's the cut of the clothes. It's the haircut. It's the way they carry themselves. The watch is just wrapping paper. So they could wear that kind of watch and nobody would have any idea. I work in software and I don't deal with clients face to face. I'm a voice on the phone. So I get to wear whatever I want to work. And I would roll up into work in jeans and a hoodie, like messy hair, and a Zenith under my sweatshirt, and nobody would know. And it's just all about really how you carry yourself, first of all. But if you're making that kind of money, if you're in that kind of position, that watch isn't going to change who you are. They already can imagine that what you have at home. Like, what did you pull up in? What did you drive here in? That says a lot too.
I think what's fun for me is the CEO of my company. Throughout the entire company, it's just me and him who have a love of watches, and he's got a Submariner, and it's like an early 2000 Submariner. He's had some Bell & Ross. He just picked up a GMT Master Pepsi on the Jubilee, and we'll send pictures back and forth of what we're wearing from time to time. But it's literally like it's me and him out of the entire company. No one else gives a shit. And that's it's fun. It's fun just kind of having that thing with my boss's boss. But
we know that Marco, his boss, appreciates the watches on his wrist. Ali, what do you do? Don't tell me what you do, but do you work in an environment where you can talk about your watches with people that recognize what they are?
Nobody that works for me cares about watches. They care about their cars a lot. And I was joking with Real Cars and Chrono. 14 of our employees have Teslas over the past few years. And all 14 of them have missed like critical meetings and engagements because their Teslas have shit the bed in some strange way. Marco, it's time.
Yeah, I don't want to announce it, but
no, please do. I just saw that private chat. Please do.
No, it's okay.
We're about to wrap this up here too.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was just gonna jump on to mine, but again, I don't want to take away any viewers from you guys. You know what I mean? If you guys are gonna keep going, but thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will catch up with you guys soon, hopefully.
Congratulations.
We're gonna wrap this up in a little bit, so then everybody, just so that you know, Marco is doing a live stream, so we'll merge over there. But I appreciate everybody for hanging out here. I love y'all. I really do. Like in not in a weird sense, kind of in a weird sense.
Sounded kind of weird. Sounded a little weird.
It's fine. It's better if I say it than you. Plus, I just drank a lot of a Negroni in like no time.
Well, on Tim's channel, and Marco, we're proud of you, man. Go do your thing.
Yes.
See their show.
We'll see you in a little bit.
On Tim's channel, I asked, because we have 6 newish YouTube streams or under-subscribed streams, right? We have Bardsley, we have yours. We talked about the Williams Watch podcast, Watch Wizard, which is Stefano. Lolex is still undersubscribed. And then Mr. Casio Oak has this ridiculously cool camera setup.
I saw that.
That we plugged. And there was another one that I didn't. They brought it up. Tea and Trinkets, I think. There's another one on Tim's that was brought up too, but there's a lot of new live stream channels.
And I think that's like it's killing productivity, but it's super exciting.
It is for Adam. Adam's work day is absolutely fuckered right now.
I think this is going to be.
I'm good. This is just extra that I'm doing for him. So yeah.
If I can give you my opinion, I think that this is going to be the way that YouTube goes going forward, and I'm seeing because it's live and you're getting actual reactions right away from other than making content. And believe me, I love making content, but it is flipping hard and time consuming. I work a regular job, so it's every bit of filming and editing and I mean, Kelly, you're doing it now, so
yeah,
it's a lot, but to jump on a live stream and do this and have more of an open forum and bump off, I think this is going to be the way YouTube definitely goes.
Well, and we started doing this incidentally by Instagram live feeds, and it was Friday night. I dared Peter to drink with me, and that didn't go very well.
Are you going to tell it? Please don't tell this story.
I'm not going to tell the whole story. I'll tell the whole story. No, it's fine. But we started, and it, like, people enjoyed it. They like the interaction. And I think what I'm going to say about that is I think there's an allure to the accessibility. Like, these are people that see you constantly make videos and posts, and when they can engage with you on real time, on demand, in a way that I think our whole society is going towards, it's going to be very successful. Like, I get messages about it all throughout the week. Are you doing this on Friday? Are you doing this on Friday? And I
messaged you today. I was like, hey, you
I
streaming
know,
tonight?
I was really excited. When you did, I was like, oh, B. Bardsley wants to join. Like, I'm so excited. And I wanted to join your stream. But we waited until literally like the last minute to get set up.
I'd love for you guys all to migrate over sometime and get you guys over there and just do the same thing we're doing here. I really would love it.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you can talk to all types of people. Like, I've had the opportunity to meet so many different personalities. I know Adam from Instagram, and then I know Ali and B. Bardsley from YouTube, and Marco and JJ and Tim. And I'd always, since I started in the watch hobby, I'd always heard about Archie. So I know Archie. Bless it. I love him to death because of who he is.
Hey, my name's Brian, by the way.
I know that. I just didn't know if I was supposed to tell people.
It's fine. I love Archie. He always goes, Barbsley, when I do his super chat. Barbsley.
Yeah. But I agree. I think you're right, Kelly. Like, having an outlet for engaging with people that share a passion. Like, I'm a little bit lucky because the place I work at is a pretty big workplace, like in terms of people. Like, I think we've got about 500-600 people in the one office, and there's a few people that share that passion. Like, same as Peter, my boss's boss. He's got a 2005 Planet Ocean, and he loves that. He wears it every day, but he'll come up and he's like, "Oh, Adam, what are you wearing today?" And just strike up a chat, like that sort of thing. But having people to reach out to and talk with to that next level, to go further down and like really get into the nitty gritty of those sorts of things is especially at the end of the week, for me, it's a really good wind down.
Yeah, I agree. This is fun. This has been fun. I like the Instagram live streams. They're a little bit loose, and I don't know whether you've noticed my personality's not conventional. I have to be on the straight and narrow at work, and you've been on the live streams, Adam. But my work week is just talking about
safety.
Oh, fucking day. You gotta be safe. You gotta be safe. Are we doing things safe?
We'll be like in the middle of the day. Like, I'll make lunch, and he's in the kitchen because we're both working from home. And he'll come in the kitchen, and we're just chatting about our day, and his phone pings, and he looks down, and he's like, ugh.
I can really empathize with that. Like, my work, like in the energy industry, talking to a lot of other companies and dealing with data and supply and stuff like that, especially when certain companies might not be doing the right thing, and getting a message like that, I totally get that, because it's like,
My messages typically involve someone fucking crashed into someone else.
Somebody ran into another person with a piece of equipment and ran into their body, and then there's like things coming out of their body that shouldn't come out of their body that's supposed to stay in the body.
That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
We'll give Peter one of those signs behind him. There's been this many days since an accident.
That is a terrible idea.
I like that. It's going to be 0 constantly.
You know how many days it's been? 0. It's been 0 days since an incident.
It's a very easy sign to print. We don't even have to get like a little hanger platelet in different numbers. It
just needs to be at 0. That's it.
That scenario that I told you about where he's like we'll meet in the kitchen for lunch. That was today. That was today.
It's going to be my name, OSHA Pete. I'm going to change it from Pistol. I'm going to change it from Pistol Pete to OSHA Pete. Yeah.
Kelly, going back to your original point, how you said that watches are such a great conversation piece, and they certainly are, because it does draw a lot of curiosity, people. And I love when I have something off and I can go, but check this out, like you can see through the back, and
I know
this is an automatic movement, and there's an automatic movement and there's a quartz movement, and this is the difference between them two. And then you try to explain an automatic movement, and people look at you and go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like,
you're
but
there's no battery.
But you're
this runs by magic.
Right. It's like I try to explain it like gas in your gas tank. As you're wearing it, you're filling your gas tank, and when you take it off, the gas is going down to E. And people, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? So
to be fair, Bardsley, I'd probably walk away if he started talking like that.
Yeah, but I mean, just to give it some context to it, where people are like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and then they go, oh, okay, I get it now.
But I think that they say that half the time because they want you to stop talking.
Probably.
That happened to me at work, actually. So again, I work in software. That 99.8% of the people there have an Apple Watch on. Ooh. And I was walking around in the Omega Seamaster one day, and I was talking to our, and keep in mind, the way that I exist outside this house, I really want someone to ask me about my watch. Like, I just want a day-to-day conversation. Like, let's just talk about it. I don't care. Just nod. I just need you to nod. I don't care if you understand me. Mm-hmm. And I was like that until I found my local Red Bar group, and now I feel fine. But I was talking to one of our admins, and I had my arms up on the counter so she could see the Omega, and she's like, "Oh, that's a really pretty watch." And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah. Here it is.
Then winner." Talking, and she's like, I was like, "Yeah, it's an Omega Seamaster." And then I see the light dim in her eyes, and I'm like, James Bond.
James Bond. No, 1995. Go on.
Yeah. I did have something really nice happen yesterday when I was wrapping up work, and a guy I work with who he's into watches, but he's sort of like he's just curious about them. And he came up to me, he sent me a message and said, it's my 40th birthday coming up, but he said, I want to get a really nice watch. But he said, I really like your Tudor LHD, your Pelagos. Nice. And I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And he goes, I wouldn't mind if you, like when we're out of lockdown, he goes, I wouldn't mind getting one. He goes, I really like that watch. Every time you wear it to work, I really like it. And he said, I just want something nice for my 40th coming up. So that was such a really nice thing. We had a bit of a chat, and I said, well, what are you after? Like, do you want something large? Do you want something lightweight? That sort of stuff? And he goes, well, I kind of like this, and I kind of like that. And it was just nice having, like, some people at work are known for their interest in that. And it was nice saying, hey, Adam, I know you like your watches. Can I ask you a question about it? And it was such a like, oh, wow, cool. Yep. Awesome. Let me just move this meeting out of the way. I don't need to go to that. I can be late to that. I'll just talk to you for the next 15 minutes.
Right. It's a compliment. And I don't think they realize that it's a compliment, but it feels good when they want your opinion because you're a trusted source. And maybe it's because they've Googled it and they realized that making that first step completely unknown, like, you want a watch. If you go in there knowing, like, I want this specific watch, it's a little bit safer and you can branch out from there. But if you just say, I want a nice watch, oh, it's overwhelming. It's terrifying. You have no idea where to go. So I think when people look at you and say, let me get your opinion on that, it feels good. And they don't know it, but we know it. We know as enthusiasts how personally we take that.
Yeah. I had the only time in the past few years, it's been years and years and years since I've worked with people that actually like paid any attention to watches. But I had a young employee ask about automatic watch and whatnot, and he was asking me, winding, setting it, and there was I mentioned a little bit of nuance, like don't switch the date, over until after, between 5 and 5, things like that. And so I gave him a Fair Crooms. That was his first automatic watch. He's kept it, and he built up from there. It is nice. It's nice to have a conversation. It's nice that they, trust you with that or whatnot. And Fair's not a slouch of a watch. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but none of our employees. Like, I know I've seen some Apple watches, but that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not in my company.
Brian, I'm not asking you.
I was gonna say things that I've always loved about people. They'll come in and see me, and they'll be like, I remember, when you started me off at a $50 watch, and now I'm up buying the big boys now, and I have so many in my collection, and you got me started on it. And I love hearing stories like that. I love hearing people come back and saying, you educated me and you helped me find, pieces and I've sold off stuff, but I just keep coming back, and it makes you feel good, because you get people started on that. And I've always said watches are amazing conversation pieces, and I love it. I loved it.
I've had two of my closest friends, funnily enough, I work with as well, in different areas, and they've not started collecting, but they've taken a bit of an interest now. And one of them picked up the Seiko Presage Blue Dial Cocktail Time. He just looked at that and he said, I love that watch, and came with him, went and picked it up. And another friend of mine who really likes, I've got a Stamanski Yuri Gagarin, and he really loves that sort of quirky sort of thing. So he went and did a bit of research, and he was like, oh, what do you think about this? And he picked up the Sputnik dial one, where the second hand is the Sputnik satellite that goes around the dial. And he goes, I just love that. Like he said, no one else I know has something that looks anything like this. And he went and ordered it, came in, and picked out a couple of straps, and he's worn that every day. And it's just, I understand what you mean, Kelly. It's just like having like someone approach or see them enjoy that and take an avid interest into it is really cool.
I love that. Well, we're going to wind it down so that we can merge onto Marco's stream. I know that Peter and I are talking about going on to our Instagram live stream with our buddy Nate. So whenever y'all are finished up, if you want to join, we'd love to have you. It is a minimum, like there's no more than 4 people that can join, which sucks, which is why we made that move to YouTube. But Bardsley, will you go ahead and plug your your YouTube in the comments so that we can go ahead and get
for sure. If anybody's interested, please, you can migrate over my channel. I do a lot of
videos. I love it.
Videos. I'll drop my link in the channel. You can find me on.
I don't think he can. He's not a moderator, so he can't post links.
Oh,
I put it in the private chat, and maybe someone can plug it.
Yes,
There's
absolutely.
my YouTube channel.
Kelly, Peter,
so we'll get
thank you very much for
Ali,
allowing me to ruin your aesthetic again.
No, this was fantastic.
You guys take care.
Love having you on, and we'll see you later.
Take care.
Man,
Adam,
thank you.
Bardsley, I'll see you on your stream again. Take care.
Yeah.
See you guys. Have a good night.
All right, we're going to end the broadcast.